My name is Sheila Karuna. Welcome to New Light Streaming Love and Sassy Seer Sheila, as you will see this on both channels. This is another of Jason Gray's writings entitled Money, the Tool of Enslavement, the Oldest Illusion Never Questioned. They say money is just a tool, a neutral object, a means of exchange. Look deeper. Money is not neutral. It is not natural. It is the most successful tool of mass enslavement ever devised. I could not agree more. Anyone who has followed me for any length of time knows how I feel about this subject. The first spell. Before money, there was land. Before land, there was nature. Before nature was divided, we were part of her. We didn't own. We exchanged through relationship, not debt. Value was felt, not priced. Then came the first illusion, scarcity. They told us that not all could have. They created borders around abundance. They put fences around rivers and fields and forests. Then they handed us a piece of metal, a carved shell, a stamped coin, and told us, quote, "This is worth more than what you feel. This is what allows you to live. Without this, you are nothing." The original trauma. Money severed trust. It fractured tribes. It broke the loop of shared survival and replaced it with competition. Then they layered the system. First came kings who minted divine faces on gold. Then came empires who extracted tribute in coin. Then came banks who lent what they did not have. The trauma deepened with each generation. We began to believe that value could be created from debt. That, quote, credit was forward motion. That we must earn the right to live. The most dangerous belief of all, that money is the measure of worth. The digital prison. Now we don't even have to hold it. We swipe it, we tap it, we manifest digital echoes of it. We are enslaved, not by kings or emperors now, but by unseen algorithms, interest rates, inflation, and credit scores. We are shackled to the chase. We spend hours, days, decades working for numbers on a screen. With those numbers, we buy back time, energy, land, rest. The very things that were our birthright, now auctioned off back to us. The lie of value. Ask yourself, is a teacher less valuable than a hedge fund manager? Is a mother's labor worth nothing because it's unpaid? Is water only meaningful if it has a price? Money assigns value with no conscience. It devalues soul. It divorces the sacred from the practical. It makes invisible the unpaid, the unmeasured, the unowned. It makes real what is false and makes false what is eternal. The loop of desperation, the deeper tragedy, we have come to love our chains. We chase money like salvation. We measure success by accumulation. We judge each other by material signals. Even spiritual movements are not immune. Quote, abundance becomes the new mantra. You know what? I cannot tell you how many times I have been told in the spiritual community that the whole reason I don't charge for things is because I don't value myself. No, that's not it at all. I don't charge for anything I do because I value myself. You can't, if you try to pay me, you ain't got enough money. If I tried to pay my housemate, Lisa Flamino Rush, for everything that she's done for me, there's not enough money on this planet. Quote, manifesting wealth replaces presence. God wants you rich becomes theology. The true abundance was never money. It was time, it was connection, it was sovereignty. Why they cannot let it go. If money collapses, so does control. If we stopped believing in its power, banks fall. Nations fracture. Wars cease. The veil lifts. They do not fear revolution. They fear remembrance. Remembrance that the earth was never for sale. That labor was not meant to be rented. That food, water, home, and healing were never meant to come with a price tag. They fear we will remember. We are more than what we can afford. We are not our net worth. We are not to obey imaginary numbers. The sovereign return. What happens when you stop obeying the money frequency? You begin to reclaim your rhythm, your presence, your inner worth, your creative fire, your detachment from artificial value. You begin to operate from resonance, not reward. You offer without fear. You receive without guilt. You become unmeasurable, unbuyable, unenslavable. Flame cannot be owned. Soul cannot be sold. Money was never the goal. It was the distraction, the gatekeeper of dreams, the warden of time. It ends the moment you stop believing it defines you. Walk away from the metrics. Withdraw your soul from the price tag. Reclaim your sacred worth. The grid will flicker. The machine cannot hold a being who no longer believes in its currency. You are not here to be paid. You are here to be free. I got chills because this is so absolutely true. And anybody who has followed me for any length of time knows that this is exactly how I feel about the whole thing. Just as soon as a larger number of us realize just what he is saying here and put down the game that is being played, the gig is up. The gig is up. But Sheila, I can't pay my landlord. No, I get it. I get it. Neither can I. So in very little, but again, until everybody gets it, I don't know the answer. I don't have an answer. But I can do what I can do. And that is know my worth. I don't know. I'd love to hear from you what you think about this, because I've said many times, all it is a placeholder for you. And who decided that this over here was worth more than this over here? And don't tell me education. Don't. Because education, and I don't care what kind of education you're talking about, all of it is a farce. It's all about memorizing and regurgitating, and that is all. Ask me how I know. Wow, this one's sure to get me going. I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. Until we meet again, be well, my friends.